Yo, what's up guys? You're gonna have to excuse the construction in the background, but we'll go ahead with this video. So, what's good everyone? This is the number one priority you need to have if you're young and up and coming. You need to move out of your parents' house. And I'll explain a multitude of reasons why and how I did it, and then what are some ways you can make that happen. So, reason why you should move out of your parents' house, and why I say this is one of, if not the most important thing you need to do ASAP, or you could put it as moving out of your hometown, all right? Why it's the most important thing in my book is because it is domino effect. When you sort this one thing out, the rest falls into place. You know, your health, your wealth, your relationships, spirituality, everything. Literally everything falls into place because now you've got breathing room. You've got breathing room, you've got a clear head, you're in a new environment that pushes you to be more comfortable, and that's all going to be conducive to your growth. Doesn't matter if you're an appointment setter and you're trying to just make 2-3K a month, right, and explore the world, travel, you need to move out. This is what I did, right? Or whatever your situation is, I just urge you guys to move out of your hometown, of your parents' house as soon as possible, right? The reason why I don't like staying, and I don't think you guys should stay in your hometown, is because a couple things. So, first of all is the freedom. Obviously, if you're living under your parents' roof, you don't have as much freedom as you'd like. You know, you have to abide by the rules, you have to do certain things that maybe you don't want to, and there's not much you can do about it because it's your parents at the end of the day. You have to respect that, and if you don't want to do it, if you don't want to abide by their rules, then it's their way or the highway. Do your own thing, move out, and this is what I'm telling you guys to do, so you can start doing your own thing and live under your own rules, right? And this is where you operate at your highest, is if you have freedom and independence to do whatever you like, okay? So you can't operate by your own rules when you're under your parents' roof, right? If you're in your hometown, you probably have a lot of, a lot of anchors, if that makes sense. A lot of anchors, a lot of associations. So when you're in your hometown and you probably bump into your childhood friends or people you know from school, they have a certain image of you, they have a certain identity about you, like, oh, he's this type of person, or I know him from XYZ. But when you're somewhere like Thailand or somewhere where that's a completely different country or a completely different environment, could be Dubai, Rome, Monaco, I don't know, London, anywhere, right? Miami. If you go to somewhere completely different where you start off not knowing any of the people there, you can pretty much recreate yourself and you're not tied down to these certain anchors and associations people have you with. So that's going to be really good for your growth. You're going to actually end up being the person that you truly believe you're meant to be and really blossom there. Another thing is, and this is a chess move, this is pretty much the reason why I moved out to Thailand, is it's a chess move. It's one big chess move. Oh, I know, Andrew Tate reference, but it's true, it is a chess move. Think about it this way. I could stay in my parents' house, under their roof, all the points I just mentioned, in my hometown, eventually get to like 10, 20, 30K a month, right? Get to that level where then I can move to somewhere at more affluent like Dubai or, I don't know, Miami. Yeah, I can do all that. But why wouldn't you just, so places like, I'm gonna bring up places like Thailand, Southeast Asia, Vietnam, Philippines, Bali, even though Bali's gonna be at the most expensive. Places like that, or South America, where the currency is weaker, but the quality of living is higher. This is why I made the move, guys. Pay attention. I made the move because I was gonna move to somewhere where quality of life is higher, yet the currency was weaker, and I could earn in a strong currency. So I'm basically living somewhere that's cheaper, but has a higher quality of life, and I'm earning from a strong currency. Why wouldn't I make that move? It doesn't make sense. Why would you not move somewhere where it's cheaper to live, but you're living better, right? And again, yeah, I could have gone to Dubai, I could have waited a bit longer and get to that level, just make more money, true. But environment is everything to me. This is one of my core beliefs, is environment is everything. It can either make or break your success. So if I wasn't on an island where there's sun 24/7, bit of rain, if there's sun 24/7, I'm rubbing shoulders with absolute killers, because here's the thing again about places like Southeast Asia or any high level location, Bangkok, it doesn't matter. You're gonna bump into killers because they have the same idea as you. You know, they're not working a 9 to 5, they're not working a typical job. They're not taking the conventional path because it wouldn't allow them to move out here. Instead, you're going to be running into people who are working most likely working remotely. They have their own business. They're working on their own thing, and they're just on a different wavelength. They're operating on a different wavelength because otherwise, as I said, they wouldn't be able to make that move in the first place, long term at least. So it's not going to be hard until you start networking and bumping into people who is maybe crushing it in a certain industry, crushing it in your industry, and just amazing people to be around compared to people in your hometown who probably all they do is smoke, they drink, they party, they have nothing going for themselves, right? Or it's extremely hard to find people on the same wavelength. The construction's getting really loud now, but we'll carry on. So that's just one of the many reasons why I believe your number one priority is to move out. So do whatever you need to do to make that happen. And start researching different places that fit your ideal spot, that could be an ideal home base, and start doing research. So you're stacking up the cash, do whatever you need to do, work a part-time job or two part-time jobs, go ham on your own business or appointment setting or sales, right? Start getting some cash flow in, some good cash flow in remotely, where you don't have to rely on being at a certain location or being at a certain time under a certain boss, okay? So that's your priority, do that. And then start researching, start looking at different places that could be potentially a good place to visit, a good place to settle down basically. So Thailand, so my recommendations would be like Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam, Bali or Indonesia, even Malaysia. Southeast, if you're more of a fan of South America, then Mexico, Colombia, Costa Rica, Chile. What else? Yeah, I can't think of any more because I've never been there, but I've heard a lot of good things about those places. So those kind of places or even in Europe, there are certain places in Europe where, as I said, it's a chess move. At the end of the day, you're not going to stay there forever because you don't want to relegate yourself to that level. But like places that are cheaper compared to the rest of Europe. So look into those as well. But whatever floats your boat, as long as you get out of your parents' house or your hometown, and you move there, you start making a name for yourself or you start building your own thing. Ideally as well, you find 2 to 3 or 4 other people, as many as you want, people who are doing the same thing as you, who are like-minded, got their own thing, basically building with your boys. If you can do that, that's the ultimate recipe for success. Because I'm living right now with 2 other guys that got their own thing going on, they're crushing it, and we've just had the amount of conversations that we've had just on all aspects of life that have been really, really helpful and just changed the trajectory of my life, whether that's health, whether that's with appointment setting, whether that's with sales, with business, with relationships, with spirituality as well. Like a big part about Thailand is the spirituality. You know, a lot of people are Buddhist, so they have an anchor, and they have a sense of morality here. Whereas in the West, if you start looking and you start paying attention as to what's happening there, it's not so much the case, is it? So another reason why I moved out. So it's just a lot of reasons, you know, and it just made sense to me. So if you can start building your way up to making that happen, then kudos to you. Let me know. You can even DM me on Instagram, like, hey Matt, watched your video and made it happen. So that's gonna be cool to see. Hopefully this video inspires you. Hopefully this video has opened you up to the world of just outside what you know, basically. And yeah, hopefully you guys make it happen. Because trust me, this is going to be the biggest factor in your growth in all aspects of life. You now have to hunt, you now have to eat what you kill, you have to, eat what you kill. That's a saying, it's not literal. You have to eat what you kill, you have to do things yourself now. You can't really rely on your parents or people from your hometown to do things for you. So that's going to help sharpen your sword. It's going to make you that much better, that much more potent in your growth. And yeah, don't know what else to say really. In terms of Thailand itself, you know, great weather, great people, great Muay Thai, great food. What's not to like? It's much cheaper as well. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, there's not much to like. This villa, so I don't know if you saw my villa tour, I'll link it up here. But this villa, it's $3,000 a month, and then if you split it between 3 people, so that's me including the 2 other guys, we're only paying $1,000 per month, and that's more in the high end here in Thailand for sure. You can get prices as like half of that, but yeah, what's $1,000 a month gonna get you back in London? Nothing. So it just makes sense, doesn't it? Again, chess move. I'm not going to be here forever. This is not what my identity is going to be tied to. But it's a necessary step for growth. You need to get out of the house. You need to start making a name for yourself and have the independence. So probably rambling on now, but you get the point. Put that at the top of your priority list, and trust me, everything else is gonna follow through. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you do want mentorship with me, with Elijah, with the rest of the team to help you get started in appointment setting and high ticket sales and start working remotely, start making Wi-Fi money under your own accord, so you can start making moves like this and start moving out your parents' house, then link in the description. It's application only. We're very strict with who we bring on for the mentorship program. So if you are interested though and you think you'd be a good fit, link is in the description. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.